Hello and welcome to the Inner Gamer On. My name is Brayton Oski.
I'm Austin Morales.
And that's Austin Morales over there. Hello,
and I'm
everybody.
Morales.
This is Brayton
That's Brayton Oski. I'm Austin Morales.
Brayton Oski, and that's Austin Faraday.
Am I supposed to know that name?
I don't know that name.
Okay.
I don't know. I just made it up. Anyway, so today we are going to be
Brayton
talking...
Oski over there. Sorry.
Today we're going to be talking about Gamescom 2018. It happened last week in Cologne, Germany, and there was a lot of stuff that came out. There was some updates to previous games that we saw at E3, such as Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed, as well as some new announcements, such as a new Housemarque Battle Royale game known as Storm Divers. So we are going to literally dive right in. Storm
Dive.
That was really stupid. I'm sorry, but that's okay.
I was trying to go with it and make it better, but you just made it worse.
It's okay. I like to call out my lack of funniness. Yeah, sometimes. Anyway, so let's talk about Gamescom. We are going to go down this list and go through some of the highlights that we found from all of the videos and trailers and announcements that were revealed, and at the very end, we will tag in our top 3 most anticipated things from this event. Austin's top 3, my top 3. They're probably different because I know Austin is going to be all about, like, I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I'm trying to find something stupid. I can't find any. Actually, all the stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, let's say.
So, let's go. Let's start with the big one, Cyberpunk 2077.
Ooh.
So at this event, there wasn't anything really vastly different other than the fact that they showed this time behind closed doors a perspective from I think the male character as opposed to the female character to people so they could see what that side looked like. And it was rather different. But they did announce that the game internally is complete, playable from start to finish, which is a huge step in the right direction. That means, like, you can play it.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready for a release date.
So there's still a lot to come. I'm fingers crossing myself, saying that we might see this in the fall of 2019, but I would not be surprised if it doesn't push on into spring of 2020. I'm thinking that's a safer bet.
Yeah. Be good. I think so.
Yeah.
If they did, I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the games that are coming out, like, next year. And what that would mean for them.
There's a lot of them coming out next year.
There are a lot of them coming out next year. Beginning of the year, too. That's like the main thing. Whatever.
Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 is there. They brought out some new screenshots. They all look really cool. If you will go just Google Cyberpunk 2077, not screenshots or concept art, but the concept art was very interesting. They also mentioned, they actually had a teaser that came out that led people to a bit.ly link. That on that bit.ly link said, not everything is what it seems. And it was a picture of some kind of like crazy, trippy, psychedelic looking colors and stuff. And I don't think anybody's figured out what that message was yet. But they're going with that whole ARG kind of thing that they were doing with the last one, which I think is really interesting. So it looks really good. And I cannot wait for Cyberpunk because I'm going to play the hell out of that game.
Finally, you'll play a hell of a game.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Yes. All right. So then we also have Storm Divers, which is a battle royale game from Housemarque Games. You may know of Housemarque as the developers of Resogun, as well as Nex Machina. They are not doing arcade games anymore. They got out of that game. Now they're jumping into battle royale because who isn't jumping into battle royale? Also, what do you think about Storm Divers?
It's a good jumping off point. Storm Divers. That's bad. No, I think it's really cool. Again, I think we're hitting like the boiling point for these games. Like it seems like every other battle royale minus Fortnite and PUBG, obviously PUBG being the latter, are starting to fall off. Like at least the players are starting to fall off. So I can't see unless they bring something really cool, which they could, because in the trailer they show people jumping with jetpacks, have special abilities like invisibility or dash,
or putting down a wall.
Yeah, putting down a wall to like protect you from bullets or something. Like that could change the game enough to make it interesting. And then we can't forget that we have Call of Duty and Battlefield 5 coming in with their own take on the battle royale.
Yeah. Well, I like. So I was reading a little bit about this on GameSpot here, and they mentioned that this game is trying to switch things up a little bit by not only having you have to battle other players in the game, but you're also battling the island itself that you're landing on, because they're going to be like, there was a part at the end of the trailer where they were like, there was lightning bolts and shit coming down. Like, that's environmental things that get in your way. You know, kind of like PUBG has the circle of the red zone or whatever when they start dropping bombs and shit. Like, there's that, but they're taking a step further with having environmental threats in the area.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember seeing that too.
And they're going to be doing a lot of releases and stuff, kind of like Fortnite, where they're going to be adding new content over time, and classes, events, things of that nature. All the trademark high quality visual effects that Housemarque has. So that's really exciting. There's already also plans for PvE co-op missions, new playable areas, and new player classes.
Man, so they're really diving into this game.
Yeah, diving.
Damn it.
There it is. So it's coming out in 2019, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, I'm intrigued. It's tickling my fancy. So there we go.
It's not all it's tickling.
I know, right? No. So next we got World War III, the game. They've released gameplay. This basically looks like Battlefield 3 reincarnated, which isn't a bad thing, because Battlefield 5 is World War II and Call of Duty is Battle Royale. So this is a modern day shooter.
Love it.
With vehicles.
Love it.
And stuff. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, the graphics aren't like crazy amazing, but they're awesome. I mean, they're good enough. They work for what they need to be.
I like Battlefield 4.
Like Battlefield 4. More 3, probably. They're not as good as Battlefield 4, I don't think. They're close. They're getting there.
I mean, yeah, it's around there.
It's there. It's in between those two somewhere. But it does. The only thing I don't like about it is I feel like the animations in the game are a little. They need some work, but it's still. I mean, it's early. It's alpha right now. Is what they're.
Honestly, I didn't even notice until you told me.
Yeah.
Like I think because, like I said before, I've liked Battlefield 4. I went back and played it, and like having a game that's kind of like that, set in current, more like modern era. Like, I miss that. We've been on this streak of like going back in time, and kind of sick of that. Like, it's great. That's awesome. Like, I want to experience that with all the new graphics, but this,
yeah.
Plus, you have all these vehicles. It looks like you have these sprawling maps that open up with very wide, possibly like giant battles of maybe 100 on 100. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people in these maps, and there's a lot of places to go.
64 players.
Okay.
Yeah.
So standard, like big Battlefield game.
Yep.
It all is very intriguing. I hope it all works well. I think it's an alpha right now or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early Steam early access this fall.
That's right. November, I think. I believe it's November, because I looked at it the other day and I was like, I want to play it.
Yep.
I want to play it.
It's gonna be good. So there's that, and then we also have Until Dawn's next game they're the Supermassive Games who made Until Dawn. Their next game is going to be the Dark Pictures trilogy. So it's not just one game; it's going to be a series of games. And the first one is called Man of Medan, and it's a bunch of people that are on a boat and they go diving and they find some crazy shit. And there's scary lady faces that turn into scary demon faces, and it looks creepy. And this is another one of those ones where it looks really interesting, but like I was struggling to watch it with the animations. I was like, man, this looks
not
very
great,
gamey looking and older.
But it's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I think I'd play. Well, if you like the Until Dawn series, I think you'll like it. I
never played the Until Dawn series. I want to play it though. I
started
it was great.
Yeah, no, I started it. I think
I have it. You got it for free from PS Plus.
Oh, very nice.
Hell yeah.
Gotta play that.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
it looks intriguing. I like that it's going to be part of an anthology of things. So that should be fun. But
remind me what anthology means. It's not. They're not all
it's
connected,
not like a trilogy. No.
Okay.
It's like part of
just a bunch of different.
Yeah. It's just a series of stuff that falls under a
may or may not
genre.
be connected, but
yeah,
cool.
I think so. Actually, let me make sure that's.
I was just curious.
A published collection of pieces of writing.
Interesting.
Or things.
Yeah.
So it's just a published collection of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I think that looks pretty interesting. A Plague's Tale, rats and shit. All the rats everywhere. Did you
hear about this last year? I was actually at E3 where I heard about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
this
they had
E3?
Yes.
Oh, last year's E3.
No, it was this year's.
This year's E3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's this has been around for a little bit.
Yeah, first announced at last year's E3.
Okay.
A Plague's Tale: Innocence is back to remind us that rat fiction is disgusting.
Rat fiction.
Yes,
it is.
It's kind of gross. Like there's just rats everywhere, and you walk around and you use light and stuff to like keep the rats away from you. And it's you as a girl with looks like your sister, and you're running around 14th century France when Black Death is happening.
It's
And
basically
you got to watch out for everybody.
a puzzle adventure game.
Yeah.
So think of like The Witness, except rats. In 18th century, 17th century. Was it 17th century?
14th century.
14th century. Wow, I was like off.
Yeah, you're way off. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks.
Would you play it?
It looks cool. Yeah, it reminds me of a. It kind of reminds me. I would put this in the realm, even though it doesn't have combat as much, but maybe like Hellblade, kind of the mood, the tone, a little bit.
I like the tone.
Yeah, so it looks cool. I mean, I'm intrigued. It's not going to be on my list, but I like it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Starlink, Battle for Atlas, Ubisoft game. This looks like Star Fox, but it's open world and there's a lot of things you can fight, and it's looking really cool. That trailer was pretty badass. What do you think of the trailer? I thought it was pretty epic. It had some epic moments in there.
Starlink, yes. So early on, I was kind of like, okay, what is this? But the more I think about it, like I think the concept is cool. Now, I don't understand how the actual physical component of this game is going to work out. Like, if it isn't like required, you know what I mean? I don't want to go out and buy these ships. It seems like if you're a kid, you would love to do that. It's great, whatever. But for me, I mean, if I could just buy the game and play it, I think I would enjoy it. Now, it's still up in the air for me. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be everything I want.
Yeah, I like it. I'm excited for what it looks like it's going to be. But yes, if it requires me buying a ship in real person, I might. Well, I don't know. I could put it back here somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. That's a possibility.
I mean, they have Star Fox. We got to at least get the Star Fox ship.
Yes.
I mean, you need to get it and give it to me.
No. I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Blow that off. All right. Shadow Tomb Raider. RTX. Let's talk about RTX. Ray tracing shit. Like,
so
light.
Ray tracing is actually pretty subtle until you turn it off and you're like, damn, that's what it's doing?
Yeah.
It's doing quite a bit.
Yeah. Just like more awesome lighting that reflects off
and
of
shadows.
Things. And shadows. Yeah.
It looks pretty real. It's getting more real, Brett. It's not good.
Yeah. Are you going to get Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Are you excited about this game?
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the last one. I enjoyed the one before that. It was pretty good. But the last one was actually really good.
This trailer had a lot of detail. Like, there's a lot of really cool detailed environments to look at. And that makes me excited. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about with it is it's too... I mean, I kind of compare it to Uncharted, but I feel like this is a much more serious, darker version of Uncharted with a female character. And Uncharted has some kind of humor and stuff like that. I like that lightheartedness that's mixed in.
Right.
But I feel like Shadow of the Tomb Raider is just stressful.
The first one was very stressful. There's a lot of moments where it's like, when you die, you just... It is the most gruesome death you can imagine. Every time. Same thing with the last one, but it wasn't as bad, that at least as I remember from the first one. So we'll see where they go with the death thing. Other than that, there are some lighthearted moments, but I mean, more or less it's serious.
I mean, apparently she's going crazy this time around.
It's true. It's true.
You never know.
She's becoming the woman we all wanted her to be. Or remember her being.
Yes.
Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3.
Metro Exodus, they had basically just a trailer showcasing some of the environments and things that you interact with. This had some creepy moments to it. There was some really intense looking stuff in there, and it looks really, really good. Like the visuals in this game are stunning. Obviously RTX enabled, but there was some really badass stuff, like the lighting, the atmosphere. I'm pretty pumped about this game, but I feel like I need to go back and play the originals to carry on the legacy of what this one's going to be.
So the first two are very niche.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attribute this to the Witcher series because I feel like this might be that The Witcher 3 in the series of this. Well, the first two, like you can play them and it is kind of standard, FPS, but a caveat, it's, European developed. Actually, it might be Russian developed. I'm not sure who made this game.
Yeah, so the team actually was
they based
from
out
the Ukraine, I believe is where they were, but now they've moved to an area because there was a lot of upheaval and crazy shit happening where it was basically unsafe for them to live there.
Wow, interesting.
So they moved their studio, and I'm going to find out where they moved their studio here in a second.
But so the first one was like interesting to play. It's hard to describe. Like you just kind of need to play. The second one was a little easier, like more mainstream, but not as mainstream. I feel like this one will be that mainstream game that everyone can kind of jump into and fall in love with the world if they haven't already.
Yeah. So they started in Ukraine. It had a little bit of unrest going on there. So they moved their studio and everybody there, which their studio employs 150 people, and moved everybody to Malta. And now they're in Malta, and that's where they're developing Metro Exodus.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I'm glad they made it out.
Yep. So it's pretty cool. Malta's a small little island. It's not very big.
That's right.
But
I know worldly places.
Very cool. So yeah, Metro Exodus. Desperados is a game from Shadow Tactics creators. I thought it was the way that the trailer was presented and that you were doing a shoot off with this other guy and there was people, they were changing the way the gameplay interacted each time. I thought this was like a duel simulator or some weird thing. And then they showcased the fact that it was a isometric top down. That's what the game actually was. And it sounds like it's going to be a turn-based, probably strategy game akin to XCOM and things of that nature.
I would think so.
Yeah. So, but it's called Desperados.
Looks interesting. Yeah.
Wild West. Not Hard West, but Wild West.
Wild West.
Yes. So, The Settlers. This is a Ubisoft game that they recently picked up, apparently. And I don't really know exactly what you do, but The Settlers has been a game that's been around. So it's an RTS game, actually. The Settlers has been around since 1993. So this franchise has been going for a very long time. I believe this is the 9th game in the franchise.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Settlers Catan. I know it has settlers in it, and that's probably part of it. But like, it looks like an interesting RTS game. Obviously, grew up on StarCraft and Warcraft. Brett, did you play those games at all?
Not Warcraft as much, but I played a shit ton of StarCraft.
Okay.
And I also played Command and Conquer, and I played...
And more so. Play Civ and all that?
Not Civ. I didn't get into that.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like all those. And
Age
it's
of
like...
Empires.
Yeah, there we go. I played Little Age of Empires too, and it looks fresh and kind of, new, but still has that feel of building a city out, and I don't know. It has struck my eye. Like I'm curious to know more about this game.
It's a good looking game. It's got some good art, neat art style. It kind of has that kind of Overwatch art style look to it with the
kind of more throwing in
textures.
A way.
Well, yeah,
but obviously a little more dynamic.
Yeah. Well, that kind of like soft feel to the textures, which is what Overwatch does. World of Warcraft, like all those games have that same look to them. It's not like very detailed texture work. It's softer. Sea of Thieves, similar art style.
Okay.
That's kind of what it reminds me of. So,
you're wrong.
Huh?
I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck you. Yeah. And then The Quiet Man. Not much to say about this other than it's still quiet. Silence. The guy is in silence all the time. And they showcase some more gameplay and some more real-time stuff.
Small sliver of story. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Don't know too much. Still know much about it. Might have said it might be live action with game.
No, it is. Yeah. I think it's going to be just like Quantum Break.
Okay.
Where like you're playing a little bit of live action stuff to tell the story mechanics, and then you're going to jump into the gameplay where it's like a game. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm not liking this game right now.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't know much about it, but still, like, there's nothing about it that has like hooked me.
But what has hooked you Devil May Cry 5
Yes.
with a freaking motorcycle that you can split off into two wielding weapons and like, "Meh, nah, nah, nah," and then motorcycle through and blow shit up and like swing monsters around and into walls and like shit comes toppling down.
Are you excited about this game?
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but it's like looking at it was pretty sweet. I mean, visually, it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've always looked really
Yeah.
rendered really well. And I've always been a big Devil May Cry fan, but I haven't played too many of them. I played, I think, the last one, which has been a few years at this point. It might have been like 2012, 2013 or something like that. I played a little bit of one back in the day, but like nothing to really speak of. So like this one, hopefully be good. You know, I jumped into Final Fantasy, whatever one they're on right now. 15? Is it 15? 17.
They just brought out 15.
It's 35. It's Final Fantasy 35. I played that one. Just kidding. They have so
Yes.
many of them. It's ridiculous. So that feeling of jumping around and Dante's Inferno. Did you ever play that one?
No.
Okay. Love that game. So any game that's like that, I'm down. Get those combos going. Get in there. High, fast action. Do what you want.
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bayonetta.
Yeah. I did play Bayonetta.
Oh, you
That's
did?
the only one I played.
Oh, man,
But not
just
much,
like that.
Just a little bit. But yeah.
Right.
It was pretty interesting. Then we have Control, Remedy Entertainment. This is their new game that I still don't really understand what's happening, but I know that they're inside the Bureau of Control, and you are a female that has telekinetic powers that can do cool shit. And this is like in a room of Inception where like all the things are moving independently of each other, and it just looks weird and fucked up, but very Remedy Entertainment. It has hints of some like ideas of Quantum Break pulled in there. It's got some ideas of Alan Wake pulled in there. Like it feels like a Remedy game.
I'm excited.
And for that, I can't wait to learn more. But Brawlhalla. Let's talk about the fact that on November 6th, Brawlhalla is coming to the Switch. It's coming to another console too that I don't really care, but it's coming to the Switch. It's actually coming to Xbox One.
Yeah,
but it's coming to the Switch.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
That's really it.
So we can play Brawlhalla on the Switch.
At our meetups, November, come out, check it out. We're gonna have a good time. Might even have a tournament. We should do a tournament.
We should do a tournament.
So a mini tournament.
Something like that. Yeah.
think crazy.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited that they finally announced it for the Switch. If I didn't mention that, it's coming out for the Switch. The Division 2. Cool gameplay trailer. Game looks good. I'm hoping, cautiously optimistic that this one fixes the problems of the last one.
Yes, please, God.
End game content needs to be better. That's the hope, but it's looking good. It's a lot more colorful, which I like.
I mean, you liked the E3 demo, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gameplay demo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it looks all around better.
Yeah.
I think I like the world a little more.
I
The way
do too.
everything's, the whole like apocalyptic look and everything. So hopefully,
The last one was apocalyptic.
I know, but it was like set in snow and it was in one city. Yeah, this is in one city too. But now it looks like more has happened. It's not just
There's color.
Yeah,
Space. That's a big thing. It's just like, hey,
the color
it's not
helps.
winter anymore.
Yeah,
It's,
color helps.
The snow's melted, and now you can see green,
Right.
which is really nice.
It's always nice.
I like
It's
seeing
always
some
fun.
greenery.
Yeah.
Darksiders 3. I don't know much about Darksiders, but they had a trailer for Darksiders. Did that catch your fancy?
I mean, I might play it. I just need to see more of it.
Yeah.
I have the first two. I forgot how I got them. I think that was on Humble Bundle. I got the first two, but I never played them because I was just like,
Right.
yeah.
I played Darksiders 2 for a brief moment, and I didn't enjoy it.
It's
but
like
mainly
Dante's,
because the
or not
graphics
Dante's.
were aged when I jumped into it,
Yeah,
so that was a
I mean,
problem.
yeah.
But it had some interesting mechanics in there, so this one might be pretty cool. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they brought out some new trailers. Not much new to talk about there, other than just the game looks really, really nice.
Right.
And again, multiple characters you can go through. We talked about Starlink already. Cyberpunk we talked about. Oh, we haven't talked about World War Z. Horde mechanics.
Is it just me, or is this game kind of getting past all of the media?
I think it is. Yeah,
I haven't heard too much about it. I'm just lucky that I saw something during, like, after the fact.
hundreds
E3.
of zombies.
Yeah.
You think it's co-op? Is that a co-op
Yes,
game?
this is good. They said they were inspired by Left 4 Dead.
That's good.
So this is basically a modern graphical Left 4 Dead set in World War Z, and hundreds of zombies will be on screen. And they showed the dynamics that you can use a silencer, to pick off zombies, and then you won't have a whole horde run at you. But if you use, obviously, you just go live fire, you will have zombies raining down upon you. And so it's just like the movie. And I think that's exciting. Like, I can't wait to play this and like figure out the objectives. They had some gameplay demo. I can't remember what they said, like what kind of game types they would have. But I think one was they had typical Left 4 Dead, basically. Go grab something, bring it back.
Trying to read about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing anything particularly. Yeah, 4-player cooperative inspired by Paramount Pictures. It's gonna have a co-op campaign. That's good. I'm excited. I mean, hundreds of zombies, like that's great. That's what I want. I want more zombies.
It's gonna be a lot of screaming with us playing this. We should probably do this stream at some point.
We should do a stream on this one, yeah. So those are the big announcements from Gamescom. There was a lot of other gameplay trailers and things of that nature that were released, but this is kind of the gist of everything that was there. So let's go through our top 3 games of Gamescom.
Okay.
Austin, I want to let you go first with your number 3 pick. So this is your lowest pick on the totem pole. What is your number 3 pick
I'll go
from Gamescom?
with...
No, wait. Hang on. Back up for a second. Brett, we got to back up.
Yeah,
this
Brett.
is our top 3 like announcements. Not necessarily top 3 games per se, just like top 3 things from Gamescom.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
cool.
So number 3 is The Settlers. I'm going with games I haven't seen yet.
Okay.
I think everyone knows which games I'm excited about if they listen to the last podcast, E3, stuff like that. So yeah, number 3, Settlers. Interesting game. Didn't know exists. You said it came out in 93?
1993.
Man, like, I don't know why I missed this game. I just looked up. I saw some of the other ones that are out there. And yeah, I think I'm ready for something like this. Something a little different. Something a little slower in a way. So I know there's combat. Like, you and other towns can fight with each other. So I'm curious to see how that works out. But I assume it's going to be kind of like, Warcraft 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
But with just people. No, well, I don't know if they have any other, like, races.
I don't know either. They might. You never know.
Never know. Find out.
Know.
All right.
My number 3 is going to be World War 3. Actually, I'm going to put that one on my list. I knew that this was coming out earlier before this, but now that I've seen gameplay, just the fact that it brings back nostalgia from Battlefield, the days of old before it added a bunch of junk into it, like all the other games have done. I'm cautiously optimistic that this game will deliver a grounded experience that I've been wanting in a 64-player massive shooter game, and it looks really nice. Some good settings, good gameplay. Pretty
good
hyped
choice.
about it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I pick well.
I know.
It's like a fine
So
wine.
my number 2, which I was on the fence with World War 3 because it was pretty good. But I already said that I was excited about it before.
Yeah.
At least I felt like it. It'd be Storm Divers.
Okay.
I say that because I still do like Battle Royale. I still play PUBG, even though I get pissed with it from time to time. And it'd be nice to have a refresh of the genre in a way that's not fucking Fortnite, because I hate building stuff.
You can build a
Fortnite.
wall in this game.
See, but that's easier. It's more of
Press
like,
a button. It's just like, there it is.
there it is.
Yeah.
And then I have to like build up and keep going up and up and up. Anyway, it just looks cool. Obviously, the graphics look amazing. I think having the environmental challenges could be a nice take on it. And then I'm sure they have different regions and stuff like that, and seeing how all that works out. And there's a giant storm that possibly could like be in the middle that like adds different stuff or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited.
Ironically, that is my number 2 as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Look at us.
go
Think
with
of the same.
Storm Divers, because it's cool. It's a different. I love Resogun. I love what Nex Machina looks like. I've never played it, but I've heard it's fantastic, and so I know that they can make good games. But it's cool to see them mature, not mature necessarily, but like take on a project of this scale. And so far, I have a presentation that looks pretty good. I mean, we haven't like jumped in and played it yet, so it could be like buggy as all hell. But it seems like they have a pretty good setup so far. I like that they're adding in a lot of different types of abilities you can carry out as a player. It's not just like picking up weapons and like relying off of the pickups and stuff. There's a different twist to this. The environmental attacks and things like that are in the world seems really interesting. And then just like we were excited about Battlefield with the fact that the circle is not just like a circle, but it is a freaking fiery pit of doom. And this one, it's a freaking storming pit of doom that wants to blow. It's like, it looks cooler than just like a flat wall that's coming towards you, electrical field, as the other ones are. So I'm excited to see what that does for you, because it might be interesting to have some, if there isn't as much of a just like a slow health drop, but like when you're out in that area of the storm, like, I mean, the environment is completely different. It's not just like, oh shit, I'm in the circle or I'm outside the circle. Like, that's lame now. But like in this one, you are out in this crazy wild storm of chaos. So that's just could be kind of exciting and invigorating to be running into and getting out of that bad weather and stuff like that. So there's more excitement to be outside the circle, I guess. Is that something weird to say?
Yeah. Good Shane.
Anyway, number one, Austin. What is your number one pick?
It is the World War Z.
Oh, really?
Horde Spotlight.
All right.
So I already said I liked this, or I was interested in this game, but now that I know how the Horde works in certain aspects, it gets me even more pumped, because now, in Left 4 Dead, there was a horde of zombies, and more or less it could get to you. They'll find a way, and they were frightening and stuff. But this seems like on a whole other level. I mean, you have a horde of zombies that can make a tower of zombies up to. And in the demo or in the little trailer, they had a horde of zombies coming all the way up to like the 3rd or 4th floor of this building you're in. So it's like, no matter where you are, they're going to find a way to get to you. And I think that just heightens the excitement and the fear. And I can't wait to see what kind of crazy scenarios we get into and how we're actually going to figure them out, like to get away from them. Because it's not like, okay, I shoot a few guns and a few zombies come at me. No, if I shoot a gun, all the zombies are coming at us. So it's like very tactical in that sense.
Yes.
Opposed to Left 4 Dead, where if you shot a gun, a few zombies in the area would come at you. And it doesn't seem like they have, well, we don't know yet if they have that AI system that kind of throws hordes at you. I'm hoping this is, well, I don't know what I hope for that yet.
Well, they did say it had like, there was like an AI machine system in there where I think they react differently to you.
Opposed to like throwing
like that.
It's like if you're not doing anything for a while, they'll throw a horde at you. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't know too much about that, but we'll find out.
Right.
That's my number one.
Right. Awesome. Well,
Brett,
my number one is The Quiet Man. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh, I'm out. Done with this.
No, it's actually, even though there wasn't anything new about this as much as I wanted there to be, but I'm still pumped about Cyberpunk 2077. That's what I'm going to throw out there.
They barely released anything.
They released the fact that the game is complete.
Okay, that's enough.
That's got me super excited.
Okay, all right.
They released 4 new screenshots, concept art things that show. I love the detail of this world. Like it's just,
Brett.
It's so, I mean, it's one thing to make a fantasy world where like you just have a bunch of, grass and bushes and trees and shit out there.
Watch what you're about to say.
I know. But there's a lot of realism to that. So, I mean, like making a fantasy world such as The Witcher 3, like it's still grounded in real, like there's things that are mostly believable in that. I mean, you're riding horses and there's, people that are dressed up in like older clothing and stuff like that. So it's things that you can pull from real life.
Right.
Because they've happened in the past. But in this one, like this is a whole new future society that they are creating that doesn't exist anywhere other than in like 80s movies and stuff like that. And they're coming up with all like what this could be like in 40 or 50 years in this brand new environment. So it's completely foreign to us. And the fact that they've concepted so deeply this new world and space and how they're tying in like the grunginess of society and like the dark areas and like it's stuff that I wish that Deus Ex had done but didn't succeed with. It looks like they're doing with this game. So that has me pretty hyped. And I can't wait. So
yeah, makes good points, Brett.
Thank you.
Makes good points.
Yeah. So with that, that's going to wrap up our Gamescom discussion. for 2018. If there is a game that you want to let us know more about, that you're like, this game you guys didn't talk about, and it was really badass. Like one, for example, we didn't talk about Biomutant, but Biomutant looks really awesome, and I'm excited about that game. But there's all these games that they talked about there. Let us know what your favorite announcement or reveal or whatever was, and drop in the comments, and we'd love to hear more about it. So we're going to end this and move on to the next thing. Yeah. Now, I also want to mention,
Yes.
this is going to conclude our discussion topic. So if there's a topic you want to hear us talk about, you can email us, hello@theinnergamer.net, and we will gladly talk about it on the podcast. Don't forget to check out the video clips of not this segment, but maybe this segment, and then maybe our new segment, all these different things. There's going to be video clips of galore on youtube.com/innergamer. In addition, if you drop $3 or more per month, you can see this video on Patreon, or if you're listening to this, you can see the video. So you really should pay $3 so you can see this video. It'd be pretty worth it because you can see my face looking at you deeply. Yes. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching or listening, and see you next time. Head on over to theinnergamer.net for our full podcast episode for our weekly game impressions and top headlines of the week.
That's one of me doing an interview. Here's one of all of us. We'll make some cool
things.
Brett's also right here.
Like this video, subscribe, keep up with all the latest video game news and opinions that you care about right here on The Inner Gamer.